Hello, beautiful people. How are you today? Today is another podcast with local business owners during the pandemic era to support each other and to give you information and also have fun. And I am accompanied today by Mel Duke. She is a qualified primary school teacher and has been teaching both adults and children for over 24 years. She is also a certified coach, coaching and presenting workshops for adults and children, both in groups and one-on-one, and she is a workshop wizard. Can't you tell? Look, just look at her.
Yeah.
She helps female entrepreneurs to put the sparkle and magic back into their business. She helps women to relieve stress, frustration, and other emotions so that you can bring back your sparkle into your business, but also your relationships and your life so you can feel energized again. How good is that? And during this time, Mel also has taught a lot of things. Oh my God. I wonder, is there anything that she can't do? She taught IT, sport, gymnastics, drama, dance, speech, and personal development courses. Mel started working as a teacher with O'Grady Drama back in 2006. She fell in love with the unique and inspiring program that after 1 year, Mel became the principal of Sydney East and Inner West Academy. So welcome, Mel. Hello.
Thank you. Hello. Thank you. Thank you. That was a beautiful welcome. Thanks, Ingrid. And it's lovely to be here. And thank you for the invitation.
My pleasure.
So, I'd love to introduce you now. So Ingrid is the founder and relationship coach, and she's also the Chief Relaxation Officer of KAHYANGAN. Have I pronounced that correctly?
No, it's actually KAHYANGAN. It means
KAHYANGAN.
heaven.
Oh, that's beautiful. KAHYANGAN.
Correct.
Heaven. Oh, that's so lovely. I'm glad I asked. She's been a relationship coach for 11 years and also a spa therapist for 21 years, mainly in 5-star hotel spas all around Sydney. She's also used to looking after thousands of highly stressed clients from all over the world. She practices in 5-doc from clients' homes, from their offices, their hotel rooms, and also online. Her work has always focused on stress, relaxation, and relationships. She has a kind soul and she's always seeking to reach out to support the healing process for the many, many stressed people, for the broken or the lonely-hearted singles, for stressed out parents and loving couples that cross her path. She does one-to-one coaching. She also does group workshops and wellness at work programs for companies to create a better engagement and harmony for all their team members. That sounds amazing, Ingrid. And I talk to a lot of parents every week and they are incredibly stressed. Yes. So I think you need to help them too.
Yeah. Not a problem. Just bring them on.
Send them your way. Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much. Now, thank you so much, Mel, for introducing me. My first question to you is, what's your why? Why is it that you do what you do?
Wow, that's a really good question. So I had a lot of health challenges when I was running my business, and I went through a big, long process of trying to find out what was wrong. And in the end, I had to go down several different routes to find the answer. And there was a emotional reason for being, and there's also a physical reason for being unwell, as well as stress of the business. And so I had to tackle everything from all different sides, so like a holistic view, because from the medical profession, they just couldn't find out what was going on or couldn't really help without giving me so many medication, which I didn't want to have to do. So I want to make, So I want to make sure that other female entrepreneurs don't go through burnout, don't go through stress, don't go through problems with their gut, they don't go through problems with their throat, and they don't manifest this disease because they're so stressed, overwhelmed, they've got no time, they've got no energy. And so I really want to help them to not do what I did, the mistakes that I did, and also the way to solve their problems too.
Yeah, amazing. Oh, isn't that true? Stress can be the stem of many illnesses.
Yes. And that was just an environmental stress. Whereas also I had a physical stress and I had an emotional stress. So I had three things coming at me from different dimensions. And so
Yes.
that's what I cover when I do my workshops and my coaching, from three different angles: emotionally,
Yeah.
physically, and mentally, as well as the environment, the toxins in our environment, as well as the stress.
Amazing. Yes, I really do believe in holistic approach in everything. Yeah, because we
Absolutely.
can't be an expert in absolutely everything, and that's why I love collaborating with other experts, because I know one thing or two things, and other people know many other things.
Yes,
Yes, it's great to support
absolutely.
each other.
It is great, and great because you learn off each other as well, which is really awesome.
Absolutely.
Always learning. So, Ingrid, I would love to ask you the same question. Why do you do what you do? What's your purpose? What's your why?
Yes, so I came from a loving yet rather dysfunctional family in Indonesia. So I learned a lot from my parents. Um, Number one is how not to communicate with my partner just by watching them. Number
Yep.
two, how shame and guilt can be very damaging to your child's adult life. And number three, how living through your child can be very damaging. Right. I mean, you've been a
Mm,
teacher for 24 years. You've seen a lot of, parents try to push and force their kids to do something that they don't necessarily want. Probably because the parents want it, but the kids probably not.
nope, that's right. That pressure. And they can see the pressure that we're putting on their face. And I can see the children with the anxiety, but when the parents drop the children off, I can see the parents' anxiety on their face as well. And
Yes.
it's just either a learnt model or it's passed down. But what you said was really interesting, because I had a very similar experience with my family,
Yeah.
always very stressed,
Yeah.
stressful environment, running a business, not putting themselves first and being stressed.
Yes.
And yeah, everything you said, I think we model and we pick up from our parents.
Absolutely. We've been preconditioned a certain way. I mean, our parents
Mm.
only know what they know or they knew. Yeah. And then we just learn and observe that way. And then in 1996, I left Indonesia, moved to Australia to marry my first husband. Unfortunately, after 10 years, I left because it was an abusive relationship. But then during the healing process, well, unfortunately, with that one, I lost everything material, like properties, furniture, but then I gained myself. That's the best news. I can be the real Ingrid. I didn't have to pretend anymore to be someone else that I'm not. Right. And during
Yeah.
my healing journey, I went to several self-development seminars, went back to college to study counseling and life coaching. And straight away, I knew that I would be a coach and my niche would be in relationship. And so then I met my husband, current husband. Well, it's been 12 years now, hopefully my last husband. We have two kids together. And
Yeah.
during that journey, then I again gained pre and postnatal depression. So with my first divorce, I gained depression and anxiety. With having children, I gained again pre and postnatal depression. And of the very, very recent time, thanks to COVID-19, I lost 4 aunties in 3 weeks' time. So that's why I'm here really compassionate and passionate to support other people that may be in a similar sort of basket. Some people that are highly stressed, maybe have some level of depression, maybe have some level of anxiety, so they can strengthen their relationship somehow. That
Yeah.
is my why.
Wow, what a journey, and it's so beautiful that you've now found your husband, and you 12 years later that you've got some beautiful children as well. So that's
Yes,
wonderful. And we think about the childhood that we had, but they are great lessons for us, because they've made us
absolutely.
who we are today,
Yes,
and they've made us stronger, and they've given us
yes.
resources, and they've just chosen our path for us, for our
Yeah,
career.
definitely. I'm forever grateful to my ex-husband. Really, he taught me a lot. There's no regrets whatsoever. Yeah, love that experience. It was painful at the time, but I love the experience
And
after I
I'm
helped myself.
guessing you wouldn't have been a relationship coach, perhaps, if that hadn't have
Exactly.
fallen apart. So it was the stepping stone and leading the way for you, which is, yeah, yeah,
Absolutely. Now,
yeah.
Mel, if I can ask you another question, do you have any tips on releasing emotions to help reduce frustration or stress? We've been talking a lot about stress, especially in your business.
Yes, I do. Probably the first thing I would say is, see a coach or go to a naturopath or get professional help or support, because that's what
Mhm.
really helped me. And I saw lots of different practitioners and acupuncture. But at the
Yeah.
moment, because of COVID, some of those things we can't do at the
Yeah.
moment. So I've created 3 tips that we can do at home
Yep.
just by ourselves, so that we don't actually need to go to somebody at the moment, although you could have coaching over the phone. So the first
Yes.
thing that I do when I'm feeling a bit frustrated or a bit stressed, or just I get a funny feeling, I think, oh, I don't know, something's off, is
Mm-hmm.
I need to release it. And I'm a physical person. And,
Yep.
traditionally some people might go to the gym or something, but I will put on a song and I will dance. And so what we do in some of our workshops is we shake it off with Taylor Swift.
Ooh.
And it's really fun, obviously, but in nature, and I think as humans we've forgotten this, in nature, if an animal gets attacked by a
Yes.
predator, let's say a deer, and they manage to escape and get away, then that deer actually shakes off their fear and shakes off what they've just gone and experienced. 5 minutes later, they're grazing and eating again. And as humans, we don't do that. So we put on Taylor Swift and we shake it, shake it, shake it, and that releases stuff from the body.
Oh,
So that's
lovely.
fun. So I've done that with the kids, I've done that with
Yep.
the adults, or sometimes we've actually had a temper tantrum. And, we've got adults to do this and kids to do it, and the
Yep.
older kids. And I say, we probably have to do this in private,
Yep.
because it's not acceptable after you're 3 to have a terrible tantrum. And you'll see it on my Facebook page. I do sound as well, because for
Yes.
me, I need to release it from my throat chakra.
Yes.
So, and really releasing it. But, that's something we can do in the confines of our own home. If
Yep.
you're in the car, then I will release it either through singing or chanting or just, and I won't do it
Yes.
now because I don't want to hurt anyone's ears. But, but that's the sort of thing. So I need to do something physical and I need to do something vocal to really help shift it through my body. So that's the one tip I'd recommend everybody can do at home.
Yes.
The second thing is have a bath. Now, a lot of people do say, oh, yeah, have a bath, it relaxes you. But I didn't realize until I learned that actually, if you have a bath, it actually raises your temperature slightly.
Mm.
And when your temperature is raised, your body thinks, oh, something's happening. Maybe there's a virus or maybe you've got a fever. So what
Yeah.
it will do is start to work and it will start to release the toxins from your body.
Mm.
And your immune system kicks in and everything starts working. And I didn't realize that until I learned that. And I went, oh, wow. Because I used to find it difficult to have a bath. I used to get a little bit bored or just,
Right.
oh. But now knowing that process, that it's actually helping me to release toxins, because I would get a
Yes.
little bit lightheaded.
Yep.
And that's why, because the body is processing things out of the body.
That's
So that's a
right.
great way to really release. And when I'm having a bath, I also add magnesium salts as well. You
Yes.
probably
Because
know,
our
yeah,
skin can absorb so many things.
absolutely. So I do take magnesium powder morning and night, because stress depletes, as you know, depletes our magnesium stores.
Mm.
But then also topping it up with a cup or 2 of magnesium in the bath is just great.
Yeah.
And then just trying to just relax as well in the bath. So it's not just that relaxing, but it's the internal body is working on releasing the toxins as well. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, I wish I can have a bath at home. We only
You
have a
don't?
shower.
Oh,
And
oh.
our bathroom is only 2 by 3 meters and it fits 4 people.
And unfortunately, at the moment, you can't go to Five Dock because they've got the float tank
Oh
in Five
yes,
Dock,
yes.
which is another great way of,
That's
detoxing the
right.
float tank,
Yes,
but we can't go
floating
to that
tank.
at the moment.
That's
Yeah,
right.
cool.
And what's your number 3 tip?
Number 3 is breathing exercise. And, again, we're always taught about breathing to help with our stress levels or be in present time.
Yes.
And this one was really interesting because my dad is a smoker, and he's been a smoker for years and years. And he would say, but it relaxes me. And I'm thinking, how can nicotine relax you? That's ridiculous. But what relaxes him is the deep breathing. So he's breathing in.
Yeah.
And he's breathing out. So he's breathing in through his nose, which is better for us, and he's breathing out through his mouth. That's why it relaxes us. So that relaxation.
I never thought of that about smoking.
I didn't. Not saying that's a benefit, but now I understand why it relaxes him.
Yes.
So, you know, and also maybe people giving up smoking, maybe they can get a straw and breathe through a straw in and out just to help with that calming effect.
Yes.
But what I actually do is I do a Tony Robbins technique when I go for a walk. Have you heard of his changing his state with his fingers?
No.
Oh, okay. So I'd love to share this tip with you. So you breathe in for 4 and use your fingers to guide you. And then you breathe out for 4. But that's through the mouth. So in through the nose. And you do that as I'm walking.
Yes.
And that will change your state. It also gets the blood pumping and the breathing as well. And then you can add affirmations to it as well. So once you've done that, every day and every way, blah, 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 whatever your affirmation would be.
Yes.
And so I use that one. And that's something we can all do at home. You know, if you can feel yourself, you know, we can do that breathing technique. And I've even got one that I do with the children. So I get them to breathe in and out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe. And they use that, especially on the Zoom calls, just to really focus them, bring them to present moment, and use that to guide them.
Oh, love it. Because sometimes they can go all over the, you know, too much energy, pent up energy.
Too much energy. And they're so excited to see their friends because, you know, they haven't seen them for a long time. But on Zoom calls, they're here. So it's just a little bit of grounding. As well as a bit of meditation. But just some ways that you can do.
Amazing.
I would love to ask you the same. What are your 3 tips for relationships, please?
Yeah. So as you know, currently couples are being bunkered down together 24/7. You know, it's like, oh my God, previously I miss you because I never seen you. And now it's like, get out. So allow solitude for yourself and for your partner. Typically speaking, men need more solitude than women. But, you know, sometimes the role is reversed, doesn't matter. So allow solitude for yourself and your partner. So maybe one go to the bathroom, one go to the front room, or one go to the kitchen, one go to the bedroom. It doesn't matter. Just allow space for yourself, right? So you can come together again later on in a much better space in mind.
And can I ask, how long would you recommend, you know, that the men need that cave time? Or is everyone
depends.
different?
Depends, but minimum of 10 minutes, you know, give yourself a minimum of 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. We're talking short period of time.
Yes. At least it is something to change the scenery. Probably you come together and you get a bit tense together and just separate even for a minimum of 10 minutes. It can change your mind. Number 2 is to plan for your future. So it's important, as a coach, you know how important it is for us to have goals. So it's important to have your own goals and know your partner's goals so you can honor his or her goals as well. It's not just all about yourself when you are a couple. And have combined goals as well as a couple, because then you have something to work towards
together.
That's beautiful. So you have something to work towards yourself and themselves, and then together. So it's important to have combined goals. Strengthen your relationship, definitely. Right. And number 3, yes, all of us are stressed at the moment, and typically we like to point and blame of everything. Oh, you haven't done the dishes. Why do you mess up the house again and again? You know? Before you score a point to be right, because we love just to be right, right?
Right.
Yes. Go through 3 gates. Ask yourself, is it true? Is it necessary? And is it kind?
Nice. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Beautiful. I love those three questions.
Before we score a point to be right.
Oh, I
Yes.
love
Just
that. Thank you. I'm going
pause
to write.
and ask 3 questions.
Yeah, I'm going to write those questions down. That's great. Thank you for sharing.
Lovely. And now, audience, I would like to take you to the fun side of the podcast, which is the true or false statement. So help me guess. Mel said that she lost her voice for 6 months, or she lost her keys for 6 months. I think there's a juicier story behind statement number one. I lost my voice for 6 months. Is that true?
So now,
Is that true, Mel?
just frozen. Hello, Ingrid.
Hey.
Oh, you're back. You're back.
Yes.
Sorry.
So
Yes, you're
I
back.
guess
Sorry,
number
the
one,
internet froze for a second.
you lost your voice for 6 months. Is that
Yes,
correct?
you are correct. Yes, it is. Unfortunately, I lost my voice first winter for 4 months, and then the second winter, I lost my voice for 6 months. Yeah. So during my health challenges, and literally had no voice.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's really hard to be a speech and drama teacher, and really hard to sell on the phone to your customers when you have no voice. So yeah, I had to delegate a lot of jobs, which I think was good for me because it reduced my stress level. So in hindsight, that was a great lesson. But yes, it wasn't good. And I mean, it wasn't croaky. It had gone laryngitis completely.
Wow. So there's no voice at all. Right. So a lot of sign language, and well, I don't speak sign language.
I did have to do classes, and I did have to hold, you know, pieces of paper up with messages.
Okay.
Yeah, with sometimes we had to do messages and had to ask the kids to say what I wanted to say. And then I realized, no, I've got to get teachers to replace me because I can't do this.
That
because,
would be interesting.
It was, yeah. It was funny now to look back on, but yes, it was not a great experience, but a good lesson. It was a good lesson. Now I want to ask you yours. Bear with me 1 second. I believe you have got some true and false statements as well. So Ingrid's first true or false statement is: Ingrid's 5-year-old daughter cut a very special package with a steak knife. Bum, bum, bum. Or Ingrid's husband cut a very special package with a steak knife. Dun, dun, dun. Let me think. Well, I think it would be pretty usual or normal for a 5-year-old to cut something accidentally. So maybe a husband, but then again, a 5-year-old shouldn't have a steak knife in their hand, except on a Zoom class that I'm teaching. Oh, yeah, I thought I knew the answer, Ingrid, and now I'm sort of changing my mind. Husband. Your husband cut a very special package with a steak knife.
That is incorrect.
Oh, bum, bum, bum. It was your daughter.
It was my daughter. So when she was 3, so 2 years ago, we were doing something in the house. I couldn't remember what. And then suddenly I saw this piece of poo on the carpet in the lounge room. And I thought, hang on a minute. And then next to it, there was a steak knife.
Oh, so the special package is the poo.
It's the poo. Oh my God. And then 3 of us, so my eldest, my husband and myself, looked at Bibi. She's not wearing any pants. We put the puzzle together. It's like, oh, this is what she did. Oh my God.
She's dissecting her poo.
Oh my God.
She's going to be some sort of what am I trying to think of? Specialist. Dissecting poo.
And guess what? Nobody ate a steak that night.
Oh no. Well, I'm pleased it wasn't your husband dissecting the poo. And it was your thing. And no wonder you were laughing about my student that had the steak knife leg. Now I understand. Yeah. So I just to explain to all your viewers, I had a class and we started our online classes for children. And the first session, I had this little boy with a steak knife in his hand going like this and waving it all around. And oh my gosh, quickly. And I had to, stop the class and get him to take it to mum because, waving it in front of his head. And I think he was trying to do that on the computer as well.
Oh,
he was
no.
going to chop the computer. I'm going, oh my gosh, no. But mum didn't react at all. So I was very surprised.
Okay.
Obviously, why he's allowed to play with steak knives because mum was fine about it. So,
Yeah.
anyway,
I didn't know
now I
how
understand
our
the link
3-year-old back then got the steak knife. Probably just pinched it from the kitchen sink or something.
Yes,
Oh,
because
dear
surely
me.
she wouldn't be tall enough to get to the.
There is a stool.
That's funny. A stool.
Yes.
Ba-bum.
Her
She was
secret weapon.
dissecting a stool.
Right. So thank you so
So
much,
much fun.
beautiful people, for watching and listening to our collaboration. We hope that you learn a thing or two about practical things that you can do to make your current living situation better and more fun. So we hope that you understand what we do better now. And if you needed more support to reduce your stress, especially in your business, and bring your sparkle back to your business, please connect with Mel. And if you need some help with your relationship issues, please connect with me. Just remember, you don't have to wait until you're on the verge of a divorce to see a relationship coach. Prevention is better than cure. Is that right, Mel?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because if you leave it too late, like I did, you end up with severe medical problems. And I don't want that to happen to anybody else. I want them to be able to put the sparkle and put their life and the magic back into their business.
Awesome. Please like and subscribe my YouTube channel after you watch this. Our links will be on the post, so you're most welcome to engage with us directly. I look forward to connect with you next time. I have more informative, uplifting, and fun chat just like this one. And from next week, newsflash, I will connect with global podcast guests as well, so not just Australian. So I really believe that this is the perfect time for us to connect and support each other as human beings. So keep
Absolutely.
well and lots of love. Thank you, Mel.
Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. And remember to bring the magic back into your business.
Bye.
Bye.